Okay, so like, here's my actuator arm that does the whole latching and unlatching, but this motor assembly inside is, this whole motor assembly is attached with a screw here. This is a new one I put in that's reversed because I kind of messed it up when I was trying to get it out. Last night went very smoothly. On the other side, what I did was I unscrewed. People talk about these stripping. There's some Loctite. People talk about heating it up and holding a soldering iron on it, on this metal. Maybe I could have tried that to warm it up for a couple minutes to get that Loctite melted down. Anyways, last night I was very successful using a brand new bit. I had a set of bits, and in my bit set, there are all these little bits. I got all these bits to choose from. Really nice, you know, different, you know, just a whole bunch to choose from, some brand new ones. And I found the ones for the screw in there that was just right. So I had my power drill, and somebody said they had just drilled it right out and they had the best luck. Other people were like, they had to first cut it off with a Dremel. They tried it with a hand screwdriver. It didn't work. So I got the other two on the door out, and then I just had the right bit, and I just cranked it out just real quick, zip, 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 with my power drill. And then I got to this other one today, this second one over here, and today it was kind of a drag because there's this, it looks like a washer here, but it's not a washer, it's an inset, like a inside the plastic, a metal, kind of a brass fitting. Excuse me. So this is inside the plastic, and it gets somehow stripped in there, or the screw head on the other side is just such a weak metal that it's just a pain. So what happened was, on the other side, I got this one out, but then the other one failed, and just like people said it was, they had to get in, and I had, you know, that if you don't have a Dremel tool, a drill tool, that's where it gets to be hectic. We have to drill out the metal. I was drilling through, and I actually slipped a little, or I went the wrong way. I was drilling out the screw head, and then I pressed down, and it went right through this plastic here, and it melted, but it didn't quite seem to hit any of the gear. There's a white plastic tick-tock gear in there. There's a couple gears, a few gears in there, cogs, and I think I missed them, or I barely grazed them. So my door is working now, which is awesome. What I have here is they have a 4x20 screw standard. This is probably 25 millimeter, so I could get I had a lock washer on the other, nylon bolt on the other side, and a washer on both sides so that the washer would cover up the big old hole. I actually yanked out, that's a washer right there. That's a washer I replaced with. I yanked out, that's again, a inset, kind of a brass, where'd it go? What am I pointing at? Yeah. It's kind of an inset brass, piece, so I kind of had to get the vice grips and kind of wrangle it out of there. It was a pain, and it took my job last night, and it made my job today about the same length, whereas today I probably could have done it in an hour had I not had to deal with undoing the screws. Now the main thing, excuse me, the main thing again is this little puppy right here from DigiKey. You replace this. There's three easy screws after you get this removed from your black door frame. After you get this removed, there's 3 easy screws on the other side. You pull up, and right in here is where this rests. There's a power connector here you take off, by the way. You disconnect the power so you can go take this off for your hand and work on it. When you replace that motor, you're going like, that's like $5 for this little motor. This whole assembly is priced between $80 or $120. Dealerships have them for a couple $100 for their price for this arm, this whole assembly, which, you know, in some cases, if things get really screwed up, if I had just screwed over into my gearbox, I might have really messed it up and had to buy that piece anyways. But for $5, you know, for each door, that was worth for me to get in here finally. By the way, is there's all these cables in here, but you only have to take off this one top black one and this little power connector. Excuse me. So over here, it runs here, it comes out of this little clip, and then it's the middle one, and it's really simple. It comes out, you can pull this out. It just comes right out of here. It comes out like so, out of its holding, and then you can pull back and loosen, kind of give yourself, excuse me, some slack. You pull back, and it's supposed to come out of that, you lift up and come out of that groove. I got one of these tiny hooks, and I reached behind the back of this, well, I had the wire kind of towards its groove up, and I used it to hook in behind and push it out, because it does struggle to come out without something pushing from the back side. So a little curved pusher was helpful. Again, there we go. Try the fob. Yeah. So these are probably failing in every minivan that's like approaching 10 years old, or 7 to 10 years old. Those little motors can go. Alright, well, I hope this has been helpful. I'm going to put the door panel back on. Basically, the door panel just slips up in here, and you angle it in underneath this black trim piece here. It just all sits inside. It might have been slightly easier to have the window halfway down, I don't remember. But then there's little clip holes. There's little white clips. You just pop them in, 1, 2, 3, couple at the bottom, boom, boom. And on the sides here, there is a screw, get a little nubby screw well, let me show you that on the panel. Somebody else had it on the panel on their other video, but I'll show you what it does too. So there's where this little screw at the back tail of the door at the bottom would be. Maybe I can show you that in a minute. These little white grommet filler guys, whatever you call them, clips. You've got 3 on each side. Couple at the bottom, couple in the middle, and what you do is you rest that in, hang that inside your door, lay the top piece in, again put the back into that, underneath that little black housing. You just kind of hook that in, hook that top gray piece down. Later lift up the shade dry. But basically, you just go and you go bam, 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 bam in the middle and down at the bottom, and those little clips all go back into their place. When you pull it off, it's just sort of like you kind of got to pry to get it out at the first, in the beginning. You kind of get a screwdriver. You can see down at the first one. If you want to pry a little bit, they can pop out pretty quick. Just start ripping out. Just pull that thing and just starts to rip out. And again, it just slips up out of the door, sliding all the way. So I'm going to do door slide off, and then head around the car. I think I'll open the door a little more. There's my connector power for the, again, that's the power for the switch. I'm just going to kind of move it up, I guess, a little bit where I can access it. Just hook it there for a minute. Well, you can reach in and get it if it's down there. Basically, I'm going to put that back in the corner. Jiggle, jiggle. Everything is hooking in here nice and smooth. There, it just hangs there, right? That's hanging. And then over here, you can see there's the first clip ready to accept in that hole. Pop. Pop, pop. And down here, there's that little bottom screw, which I've saved, but it's easier for me to open the door and reach from behind instead of from the inside of the car. So I'm going to actually go back around by the tire. Okay, well, here I am back here. You can thread the screw in here you are with your stubby. Find it. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you know, 20 or 30 little turns. And that screw holds that in place. So that's kind of a keystone item right there. So you can get your panel off. All right. Okay, slide it back on. And one more check. Nice. Sweet. Oh yeah. So, you know, you pay for these things, they don't work. And basically, that's it. And hope this is helpful, everybody. This is definitely a chore job. It's one of those things, it's like a 3-hour tour. Definitely like a Gilligan's Island trip, but it is doable on the cheap, and just a little persistence, and it definitely pays off. Hope you like this video, and peace. Oh yeah, one more tip. You got this van because you had kids, right? So I'm telling you, man, forget the vacuum. Just get your leaf blower. Get your old Toro out.